Good morning, everybody, on this little Friday. It is a Thursday, February 23rd. Chris Allen here on the Sam channel, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter, all sponsored by Ace Hardware Marketplace. I'm hearing some rain on the rooftop this morning. We had some showers, as expected, move in last evening after dark, and some of them produced some pretty decent rainfall. Now, just seeing the remnants of that front passing through, it was actually really just a weak disturbance, but they've got it placed on the map here as a cold front. I guess it has become that because the rainfall a little more enhanced than what we were predicting or what we were looking at yesterday. I mean, the models were indicating we'd get a little bit of rain out of this, maybe a rumble of thunder, which a few of you did hear last night. And then it would be gone this morning. And pretty much it will be. This is the last of it. Now passing east of Bowling Green, the rain stopping in most places along I 65. And now the cold front moving east. These showers will be done, but there's still a little bit of energy out here that may come back this afternoon and maybe produce a brief shower here in the Bowling Green area and around the Kentucky-Tennessee border. But the rainfall actually turned out to be a little bit more than what we anticipated. I'll show you some of the numbers here in just a minute on the Kentucky Mesonet Network. But let's show you these numbers. First and foremost, the blender over the coming days, which paints the picture and tells the story of what's to come. And as I've mentioned, no big chill, no big changes to winter like weather anytime soon. There will be dips in temperature as we've seen previously, but we don't see anything that raises a red flag and says, oh, here comes winter again. It's going to hit us good. Nope, nope, not there. 76 today. By the way, we broke a record yesterday, actually two records. We broke a record for the warmest low temperature for the day. And then, of course, we broke the record high temperature for the day, which was 74, set back in 1922. Yesterday's high in Bowling Green, 79. That's the new record high for the day, and we picked up almost a half inch of rain before midnight. Uh, that temperature of 79, 53 is where we should be. So, again, a big difference. Tomorrow we'll be there. Tomorrow we'll be at 53, where we should be for a high temperature. But that was pretty incredible. It felt good, though. It felt really good. It was windy, but it felt good. Today we'll go more mid 70s, and I think cloud cover will play a role in that, plus that slight chance of a shower this afternoon. So I'm going to keep it not quite 80, but more mid 70s, just based on the cloud trends and that possibility of a shower. We'll get down to 40 tonight as that front ushers in a little bit cooler air, and that's why tomorrow we'll reset. We'll hit the reset button, go back to 53, which is exactly where we should be this time of the year for a high temperature. Then we warm back up again, 60s, 70s again by Monday. We go back into the 60s near 70, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday as we begin the month of March. Then we reset again back into the mid and upper 50s next weekend, Saturday, Sunday. But as you see right there, the next 10 days, no wintry weather whatsoever. If you're looking for that, it may be over for this season. Maybe. There could be that, like I said yesterday, could be that one time that we see a big change come for a day or two, then we're just going to hop right back into a very spring-like pattern, which does not look to change for 2023. Now, next year it could be a much different. That's the way these things go. You can't You can't just rely on it because the calendar says February or January or even March that the weather's going to be like you think it ought to be. It's just not that way. All right, here's a look at some of the rainfall totals. I'll zoom in on this so you can see. This is for the past 24 hours. And we were expecting maybe a half inch of rain, but this over exceeded our anticipations here. Look at this 1.27. That's at the Corvette plant, Kentucky Mesonet site. An inch and a quarter, almost an inch and a third, an inch and 1600ths at the Ag Expo or near the Ag Expo Center site. Then you've got an inch and a third. There's another inch and a third, Logan County, 1.43. That's up in Hart County near Munfordville. Just over an inch in Edmonton and Metcalfe County, an inch and a third. Where's that? Adair County, Columbia, right here in the middle. And this is where the rain really set up last night. You could hear it if you were even at like church service. I know I heard it. We were sitting there and all of a sudden you could hear it on the roof of the church in the auditorium, and it's loud. And I knew it was, ooh, this is raining heavier than I thought it was going to. So yeah, but it's done. At least this part of it is done and over with. Let's check temperatures. Very mild this morning across southern Kentucky. 60s for everybody, even though the front has passed through. Remember, this is not a real technical official cold front. It's more of a disturbance marked on the maps as a cold front. As it passes, it's going to weaken and continue to weaken as it moves east, but not a big temperature change yet. That's not going to come until the actual official cold front moves through tonight, and then that's going to bring our temperatures down, and that's why tomorrow we will only be in the 50s for high temperatures. Okay, just wanted to make sure you understood how or why these things are happening. And I can show you here on the patterns on the maps here, the pattern that we're in. As you know, it's very zonal, or it has been, and that's where the flow comes off the Pacific and goes up and over the jet stream, riding like that. And so here's our little system that has come through. You can see it's kind of weak. It is going to continue to weaken as it moves east, and these showers will be gone. Here's a low pressure system that's even weaker over parts of Texas and Oklahoma. And up to the north of us, well, this is where the really cold air is. And this is where you're hearing about all the snow and the ice. Look at the ice here, the purples indicating big time icing, ice storm conditions as you get into like up toward Detroit and Wisconsin and Lake Erie, Lake Superior, those locations, Lake Michigan, certainly. It's a mess there. They're getting winter while we're getting spring. Put this into motion. You see the showers just kind of dissipating. Here's this one little batch. You can see it right there coming across Bowling Green, southern Kentucky this afternoon. This is just a little, this is actually the cold front, but it's just a little bit of moisture that's still there squeezed out. So I'm going to leave in a small chance of getting a shower this afternoon from Bowling Green down the I-65 corridor across the Tennessee border toward Nashville. And then this will be all said and done for sure. Now, the other thing I want you to watch, even though we stay warm to start, look at that deep blue to the north of us. We still keep the zonal flow as we get into Friday and Saturday. The coldest air still staying locked away to the north, but we're going to get more of a reset in temperature. It's not, that's why I say it's not going to get cold. There's no winter weather coming our way. We're still going to benefit from the zonal flow west to east, but it's not going to be as enhanced as it has been. Remember, right now we're in this big arc like this of warm air. We're not going to have that. This is going to be more compressed and more in line with the jet stream. All you have to do is go north of the Ohio River, and that's where the wintry weather is occurring or will occur as we get into the weekend. So don't, looking at this, you may think, well, it's going to stay in the 70s. No, it's not even going to stay in the 60s. For at least a day or so, we're going to stay in the 50s. Then we'll start to see some recovery as we get into late weekend. Notice some showers down in the Tennessee Valley. Some of that will try to sneak in here as we get the flow around high pressure coming up out of the Gulf of Mexico, and then we've got another one here that's going to try to, they're strong high pressures. And the thing is, it's going to help dry out the air where some of these showers will have a hard time getting going. This is like Saturday morning. So on Saturday, there is a chance of an early morning shower, but the better chance of rain is going to come Saturday night and into Sunday morning. You saw it just reset on me. So you see that right there. So, and then we've got, look at this, another big storm. This is the one we're going to really, excuse me, really watch. That was a terrible L. Let me just draw a simple L. This is a big storm that is going to move like this across the country next week and is really going to unsettle the weather for a good chunk of the middle part of the country, even for us. Maybe more heavy rain, more thunderstorms, and I can show you that on the future maps here, the surface maps. So let's go to that. Uh, that storm coming off of the Pacific, which you'll see, is going to have the potential for a mixed bag of everything, kind of like what we're seeing now just to the north of us. So let's start with the right now, with the weak front coming through, and then the secondary front that's going to pass through this evening. There's our little bit of rain. Notice that front now goes to the broken line. That's the straw. Remember, siphoning up the moisture that's available from the Gulf of Mexico, squeezing out the rain just before the actual cold front with the cooler air passes through this evening and early tomorrow morning. Then it takes that away. There's still some residual moisture and thunderstorms that get locked in parts of the deep south as we get into Friday morning, Friday midday. Excuse me. And then into Saturday, we start to see this kind of trend again, another straw, another disturbance sucking in the Gulf moisture northward into southern Kentucky. So Saturday looks like Saturday afternoon, evening. We're going to see this next round of showers, perhaps a rumble of thunder, not that big of a deal. And here is that big storm that will start to get organized off of the southern part of California, Nevada, Arizona, New Mexico. All right, so we watch this continue to move east, gain strength. We have showers. This is Sunday morning into Monday, and look at that, a 984 millibar. Is that 9? Yeah, 984. It's kind of hard to see the numbers. 984 millibar, low pressure. And I can tell the weather's changing because it's doing something to my voice. But look at the, come on, man. It reset on me. Come on, man. All right, there we are. This is Monday, about midday. Warm front, thunderstorms, dark green, heavy rain. And look at the isobars, tightly packed, windy. It's going to be very windy. That low, though, is going to track right up into the Great Lakes. So we're not going to be close to the low, but there will be plenty of energy as that low then moves up into Canada on Tuesday, the showers will come to an end here, and then we get another reset in temperature as we get into Wednesday, which is next Wednesday, the first day of March. So we've got several systems to watch. None of these really look like severe weather producers, more heavy rain producers like we're seeing this morning or have seen this morning, and we'll see again as we get into next week. So there you go. Record breaking. Today's record, by the way, is 79, set back in 1982. I don't know that we're going to hit that, simply because, as I mentioned at the beginning, there may be enough clouds and enough showers still left out there to keep kind of a lid on us reaching 79. I think more mid 70s today, if anything. But I've been wrong before. Only once in my lifetime. Yeah, I know some of you are shouting at your screen right now. Oh, I can count. I can't. There's not enough fingers and toes to count. How many times you been wrong, Chris Allen? Yeah, that's why they call it a forecast. All right, you guys, I'm headed to the radio station, Sam 100.7. 6 to 10 this morning, more Home Expo tickets and free coffee to give away, Wendy's as well. God bless you. Thank you for watching as always, and I'll see you on the radio.